Have you ever stopped to think about how much power your emotions have over your life? One moment you're calm and composed, the next a single comment or unexpected challenge can completely knock you off balance. Now imagine this, a life where no insult, no chaos, no storm can shake your peace. A life where your inner calm becomes unshakable, no matter what happens around you. Sounds incredible, doesn't it? Here's the truth, it's entirely possible. Today, we'll uncover 10 life-changing Buddhist principles that can help you build this steady, peaceful state of mind. As Buddha wisely said, peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. Let's get started. If you appreciate what we're doing here, the simplest favor I'll ask from you is to hit the subscribe button. And don't skip any part of this video because you're not like the majority. You're an exception, and this message is tailored for someone just like you. Feelings are like guests. They come and go. Now imagine a life where no insult, no challenge, and no chaos can shake your peace. A life where your inner calm stays steady, no matter the storms around you. Sounds powerful, doesn't it? If you take just one thing from this video, let it be this. Inner peace is the key to a better life. Today, we'll explore 10 life-changing Buddhist principles to help you create your personal sanctuary of calm and strength. As Buddha wisely said, peace comes from within, do not seek it without. Let's begin. Have you ever noticed how a single comment or criticism can stick with you for hours or even days, replaying in your mind like a broken record? It's so easy to let someone else's harsh words or negativity take root in our thoughts and disrupt our peace. But what if you could break that cycle? Imagine you're walking by a calm pond. The surface is smooth and serene, reflecting the world around it. Suddenly, someone throws a stone. For a moment, the water ripples, but soon it settles back to stillness. That's how life is meant to be. The stones are the insults, criticisms, or harsh words we encounter. But those ripples only last as long as we let them. Buddhist wisdom teaches us that insults hold no real power unless we choose to absorb them. Buddha famously said, holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. When someone throws negativity your way, it's natural to feel the sting, but holding on to that pain only harms you. Think about it. Why carry the weight of someone else's bad day, insecurity, or negativity? Their words say more about them than they do about you. By choosing to let go, you reclaim your power and protect your peace. The next time someone criticizes you, instead of reacting immediately, try this. Pause, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, do I really need to catch this insult? Visualize it as a passing cloud or a leaf floating downstream. Let it drift away without clinging to it. It's not always easy, especially when the criticism feels personal. But with practice, you can train yourself to see negativity for what it truly is, fleeting and powerless unless you hold on to it. Remember, your peace is your strength. Don't give it away so easily. Instead, focus on the calm within you and let that be your anchor, no matter what stones life may throw. They only disturb your peace if you let them. Buddhist wisdom teaches that insults hold no real power unless you absorb them. The next time someone criticizes you, pause and ask yourself, do I have to catch this insult? Take a deep breath and visualize it as a passing cloud. Let it drift away. Remember that holding on to an insult is like holding on to a burning coal. It hurts you far more than the person who threw it. Your peace is your strength. Don't give it away so easily. Instead, acknowledge the situation for what it is and let the negativity pass. Imagine climbing a mountain. You've planned your route and gathered your tools, but as you climb, you notice others taking different paths. Some are faster, some slower, and some seem lost. It's easy to feel frustrated or judgmental, but here's the truth. Everyone's journey is unique. Each climber is carrying their own load, facing their own obstacles, and choosing their own pace. Just because someone's path looks different doesn't mean they're doing it wrong. It simply means they're on their own journey, not yours. Buddhism teaches us to hold ourselves accountable to high standards while offering patience and understanding to others. This balance is key. For example, if you've committed to waking up early and exercising, stick to that commitment because it aligns with your values and goals. But when a friend skips their workout or chooses a different approach to health, resist the urge to criticize. Instead, extend them compassion. Maybe they're facing struggles you can't see. By understanding their unique circumstances, you cultivate harmony rather than judgment. Think about how often we hold others to the same standards we set for ourselves, expecting them to meet our level of discipline or commitment. This expectation creates frustration and unnecessary conflict. But what if we shifted our focus? What if we allowed others the grace to navigate their own challenges, just as we hope for understanding when we stumble? By being strict with yourself and tolerant of others, you not only grow stronger in your own discipline, but also nurture more meaningful and peaceful relationships. Remember, your mountain is yours to climb, and theirs is theirs. Embrace the differences, and you'll find peace in the journey, both yours and theirs. Buddhism teaches us to hold ourselves accountable to high standards while offering patience and understanding to others. If you've committed to waking up early and exercising, stick to it. But when a friend skips their workout, resist the urge to judge. Instead, remember that your mountain is yours to climb, and theirs is theirs. Each of us is walking our own path, facing our own challenges. By being patient with others, you create harmony, not division. Think about the last time someone really got under your skin. Maybe it was a colleague who dismissed your ideas without a second thought, a stranger who rudely cut you off in traffic, or even a loved one who said something hurtful. In those moments, it's so easy to let frustration or anger take over, isn't it? Our first instinct might be to react, to defend ourselves, or even to retaliate. But what if you took a step back and asked yourself a simple question? What can I learn from this moment? This shift in perspective can be transformative. Instead of seeing the situation as an annoyance or a source of stress, you can turn it into an opportunity for growth. This is the essence of transforming everyone into a teacher. Life is constantly giving us lessons, but they're not always wrapped up in a nice, neat package. Often the most valuable lessons come disguised as challenges or even frustrations. That colleague who dismisses your ideas might be teaching you the importance of persistence or the value of clearer communication. The stranger who cuts you off in traffic might be showing you how to practice patience or letting go of control. Even someone who hurts you deeply could be teaching you about resilience, forgiveness, or the boundaries you need to protect your peace. Buddha's wisdom reminds us that when watching after yourself, you watch after others. When watching after others, you watch after yourself. This means that every interaction is an opportunity to grow, not just for yourself, but for the benefit of those around you as well. When you adopt this mindset, the world begins to look different. Difficult people and challenging situations no longer feel like obstacles. Instead, they become mirrors reflecting areas where you can improve or lessons you need to learn. Imagine how empowering it feels to turn the tables on negativity by using it as a stepping stone for personal development. Suddenly, you're in control. You're no longer reacting to life, you're learning from it. Let's take a practical example. Suppose you're working on a team project and one member constantly misses deadlines or delivers subpar work. Your initial reaction might be frustration or even anger. But what if you paused and asked, what can I learn from this? Maybe this situation is an opportunity to practice assertive communication, to clarify expectations, or to strengthen your problem-solving skills. By approaching it with curiosity rather than judgment, you not only navigate the challenge more effectively, but also grow as an individual. To truly embrace this principle, try this simple practice. The next time you encounter a difficult person or situation, take a deep breath and remind yourself, this is a lesson. What can I learn from it? Write it down if you need to. Reflect on what the experience taught you about yourself, about others, or about life. Over time, this habit will help you approach challenges with a sense of curiosity and resilience. You'll find yourself less reactive and more thoughtful, turning even life's toughest moments into opportunities for growth. By transforming everyone into a teacher, you take control of your own development. You stop seeing others as problems to be solved and start seeing them as contributors to your journey. This doesn't mean accepting bad behavior or allowing yourself to be mistreated. Instead, it's about reframing your perspective so that you're always growing, always learning, and always moving toward a better version of yourself. In this way, even the most challenging interactions lose their power to disrupt your peace. They become part of your evolution, a part of your story, and a part of your strength. Life is full of lessons, and every interaction, even the unpleasant ones, can teach us something valuable. A challenging co-worker might teach you patience. A friend's success could inspire you to push yourself harder. The Buddha said, "When watching after yourself, you watch after others. When watching after others, you watch after yourself." This means that learning from others helps us grow, and our growth positively impacts those around us. Transform difficulties into stepping stones for personal development by seeing every person as a teacher. Imagine standing in the middle of a storm. The wind is howling, rain is pouring, and it feels like chaos all around. Yet inside your home, you're warm, dry, and completely safe. That's what inner peace feels like, a sanctuary no one can penetrate. But in our daily lives, we often leave that sanctuary unguarded. Someone's harsh words, a thoughtless comment, or even a rude stranger can seep into our minds and unsettle us. It feels personal, like an attack on who we are, and we react by either lashing out or letting it ruin our day. But here's the truth. No one can truly hurt you unless you allow them to. Buddhist teachings remind us that our peace comes from within and is ours to protect. When someone says or does something hurtful, pause and ask yourself, does this reflect who I am, or does it reflect their struggles? Often negativity from others is not about you at all. It's a mirror of their own inner turmoil, frustration, or unhappiness. By understanding this, you can detach yourself emotionally from their words or actions. You start to see that their negativity is a reflection of them, not a judgment of your worth. Mindfulness is your greatest tool here. It helps you create space between the stimulus and your response. When you feel that initial sting of someone's words, take a moment to breathe deeply and remind yourself that their behavior doesn't have to dictate your peace. Imagine their words as raindrops on a window. They slide down and leave no mark. You can choose to let their negativity pass without absorbing it. This practice of stepping back allows you to stay grounded and unaffected. It's not about ignoring what others do or pretending that hurtful actions don't exist. It's about reclaiming the power you have over your own emotions. You get to decide whether someone's actions will control your inner state. This shift in perspective is incredibly liberating. Instead of reacting to the storms of life, you become the calm within them. So the next time someone's words or actions sting, remind yourself of this. Their negativity doesn't belong to you. It's theirs to carry. By refusing to take it on, you protect your sanctuary, your inner peace, and your strength. And that's a power no one can take away from you. When someone says something hurtful, pause and ask, does this reflect who I am, or does it reflect their struggles? Often negativity from others is a mirror of their inner turmoil. Protect your peace by refusing to take their words personally. Instead, practice mindfulness to create space between their actions and your reaction. By doing so, you'll stay grounded and unaffected. We've all been there. You're scrolling through social media and you see someone living the life you've dreamed of. Maybe they've reached a career milestone, achieved a fitness goal, or are traveling to stunning places you've only seen in magazines. That familiar pang of envy creeps in, and suddenly, you feel inadequate or left behind. But here's the thing, envy isn't necessarily a bad emotion. In fact, it can be a powerful tool for growth if you know how to channel it. Think of envy as a signpost. It's showing you something you deeply value, something you desire for your own life. Instead of letting it consume you or make you feel less than, ask yourself, what can I learn from this person's success? Shift your mindset from comparison to curiosity. For instance, if you admire someone's fitness journey, don't focus on how far ahead they are. Instead, study their habits. Do they prioritize consistency over perfection? Do they plan their meals or wake up early to exercise? By identifying the steps they took, you can start incorporating similar habits into your own life. This principle is about turning jealousy into inspiration. Envy doesn't have to weigh you down. Instead, it can push you to take action and create positive change. Think about a coworker who got the promotion you wanted. Rather than feeling bitter, consider the qualities or skills that helped them succeed. Were they proactive in taking on new responsibilities? Did they build strong relationships with colleagues? Use their success as a blueprint for your own growth. It's also important to remember that everyone's journey is different. Just because someone has achieved something doesn't mean you're behind. Life isn't a race, it's a personal journey. What matters most is that you're making progress toward your own goals. Instead of fixating on what you don't have, focus on what steps you can take to move closer to your dreams. Here's a practical way to start transforming envy into emulation. The next time you feel envious, write it down. Identify what triggered the feeling and what it reveals about your desires. Then, create a plan. Break down the steps needed to achieve something similar, tailoring it to your own strengths and circumstances. For example, if you admire someone's creativity, start a daily journaling or drawing practice. If it's their confidence, commit to small actions like speaking up in meetings or practicing self-affirmations. By turning envy into action, you reclaim your power. You're no longer stuck in a loop of comparison. Instead, you're using that energy to fuel your personal growth. Buddha's wisdom reminds us, do not be jealous of others' good qualities, adopt them yourself. When you focus on learning and improving, envy fades and inspiration takes its place. Remember, other people's successes are not barriers to your own. They're beacons, showing you what's possible. Let them guide you, not discourage you, and watch how your perspective transforms. Instead of letting envy consume you, turn it into inspiration. If you admire someone's discipline in fitness, study their habits and incorporate them into your life. Envy can be a powerful motivator when you shift your perspective. It's not about competition, it's about growth. Learn from others' successes and use them as blueprints for your own journey. Imagine you're holding onto a rope in a fierce tug-of-war with life itself. On the other end, life pulls back with all its might. Unexpected challenges, changes you didn't ask for, and circumstances you wish were different. The harder you pull against it, the more exhausted and frustrated you become. But what if, instead of struggling, you simply let go of the rope? Acceptance is not about surrendering in defeat. It's about choosing peace over resistance. It's about saying, this is what's happening right now, and I'm okay with it. In Buddhist philosophy, acceptance doesn't mean we agree with or approve of every situation. Instead, it means acknowledging reality as it is, without trying to fight against it or deny it. Buddha taught, accept what is, let go of what was, and have faith in what will be. This wisdom reminds us that life is full of ups and downs, and resisting what we cannot control only amplifies our suffering. Think about it. How often do we waste energy wishing things were different? Whether it's being stuck in traffic, facing rejection, or dealing with unexpected loss, our resistance doesn't change the situation. It only makes us feel worse. Consider a moment in your life when something didn't go as planned. Maybe you didn't get a job you wanted, or a relationship ended unexpectedly. The initial reaction is often frustration, sadness, or even anger. But when you pause and accept what's happened, you free yourself from being stuck in the why me mindset. Acceptance doesn't erase the pain, but it allows you to move forward. It helps you shift your focus from what's wrong to what's next. Here's a simple practice to cultivate acceptance in your daily life. When you feel resistance bubbling up, whether it's over something as small as a delayed appointment or as significant as a life-changing event, pause and take 3 deep breaths. As you exhale, silently say to yourself, "This is how it is right now." Notice how this simple acknowledgement softens the tension in your mind and body. It creates space for clarity, allowing you to respond to the situation with intention rather than react out of frustration. Acceptance is not passive, it's empowering. It allows you to conserve your energy for things you can control and find creative ways to adapt to what you cannot. For example, if you lose a job, acceptance helps you shift your focus from the loss to the opportunities it opens. You might discover new paths or skills you wouldn't have explored otherwise. If you face a health challenge, acceptance helps you find ways to adapt and live fully within your new reality. Another powerful way to practice acceptance is to embrace life's impermanence. Just as seasons change, so do our circumstances. The beauty of acceptance lies in trusting that every experience, good or bad, is temporary. Just like a storm eventually passes, so too will your current challenges. This perspective doesn't diminish your struggles, but reminds you that they're not permanent. Acceptance is the first step toward healing, growth, and peace. It teaches you to stop resisting life and start living it. Instead of pulling against life's rope, let it guide you toward greater understanding and resilience. When you stop fighting against reality, you open yourself to the beauty and opportunities that come with it. By embracing acceptance, you free yourself to move forward with clarity, purpose, and grace. Nature is one of the most profound teachers we have, offering endless lessons on resilience, adaptation, and balance. Think about the seasons. In autumn, trees shed their leaves without resistance, preparing for a period of rest in winter and renewal in spring. They don't cling to what they've lost. They trust the cycle of life to bring new growth. This same wisdom applies to our lives. Like nature, we too have cycles of growth, change, and letting go. When we align ourselves with these natural rhythms, we find a sense of balance and peace. Spending time in nature is a powerful way to reconnect with this harmony. When was the last time you really paused to notice the world around you? The gentle flow of a river, the intricate patterns in the bark of a tree, or the way sunlight filters through leaves can all remind us of life's simplicity and beauty. These moments ground us, pulling us away from the rush and distractions of modern life. Nature invites us to slow down, to breathe, and to just be. Living in harmony with nature also means embracing its lessons on impermanence. Nothing in nature stays the same forever. The weather shifts, flowers bloom and fade, and rivers carve new paths. These changes are not something to fear, but something to embrace. They remind us that challenges like storms are temporary. After the rain, the sun will shine again. By adopting this perspective, we learn to accept life's ups and downs with grace and resilience. Practically, you can start living in harmony with nature by simply spending more time outdoors. Take a walk in the park, sit by a lake, or even just step outside to watch the stars. Leave your phone behind and engage your senses fully. Notice the sounds, smells, and sights around you. Let nature's rhythms remind you to let go of unnecessary stress and reconnect with the present moment. Another way to align with nature is to reflect on your own life cycles. Are there areas where you're holding on too tightly? Maybe it's a past mistake, a relationship, or a version of yourself that no longer serves you. Like a tree shedding its leaves, let go of what no longer nurtures your growth. Trust that by releasing, you're making space for new opportunities and experiences. Nature also teaches us to work with, not against, its forces. Think about how farmers plant crops in accordance with the seasons. They don't fight the weather, they adapt to it. Similarly, in your own life, instead of resisting change or challenges, find ways to flow with them. Ask yourself, how can I grow from this experience? What is this phase teaching me? By living in harmony with nature, you develop a sense of interconnectedness. You begin to see that just like the cycles of the earth, your own life is part of something much larger. This awareness brings a deep sense of peace and belonging, reminding you that you're not separate from the world, but a vital part of it. Let nature guide you, and you'll discover a wellspring of wisdom, resilience, and calm that will carry you through life's seasons. Imagine a still, clear lake. When you toss a stone into it, ripples spread outward, touching every corner of the water. Our actions in life are just like that stone. They create ripples that reach far beyond what we can see. This is the essence of ethical living, being mindful of how our thoughts, words, and deeds affect not only ourselves but also the world around us. It's about striving to live in a way that creates harmony and positivity, even in the smallest of choices. Ethical living might sound like a lofty ideal, but at its core, it's about alignment, aligning your actions with your values. Think about the moments in your life when you've acted against what you believe in. Maybe you told a small lie, acted out of impatience, or made a choice that hurt someone else. How did that feel afterward? Most likely it left you unsettled, maybe even regretful. That's because when we stray from our values, we disrupt our inner peace. On the other hand, when we act with integrity, we create a sense of stability and calm within ourselves. The Buddha reminds us, what you think you become, what you feel, you attract, what you imagine, you create. This teaching underscores the importance of mindfulness in ethical living. Our thoughts shape our actions, and our actions ripple out to shape the world. By being intentional about the energy we put out into the world, we not only improve our own well-being, but also contribute to a more compassionate and just environment for others. Ethical living isn't about striving for perfection. We're all human, and we all make mistakes. What matters is the effort and awareness we bring to our choices. Start by reflecting on your core values. What truly matters to you? Is it kindness, honesty, fairness, or responsibility? Use these values as your compass, guiding you in your interactions and decisions. For example, if you value kindness, ask yourself how you can bring that into your daily life. It might mean offering a helping hand to a colleague, listening without judgment, or simply smiling at a stranger. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to feel pulled in different directions, especially when faced with difficult choices. Imagine a scenario where taking a shortcut at work could bring you immediate rewards but goes against your principles. The temptation can be strong, but acting with integrity, even when it's inconvenient, fosters trust and strengthens your character. It's like building a foundation for a house. The stronger your foundation, the more resilient you become in the face of life's challenges. Ethical living also involves recognizing the impact of your actions on others. It's not just about avoiding harm, but actively doing good. Think about the small ways you can spread positivity. A kind word, a moment of patience, or an act of generosity. These might seem insignificant, but their ripple effect can be profound. Imagine the difference a single act of kindness can make in someone's day, and how it might inspire them to pass it on. One powerful practice to cultivate ethical living is reflection. At the end of each day, take a moment to review your actions. Ask yourself, did I act in alignment with my values today? Were there moments where I could have done better? This isn't about self-criticism, it's about growth. By regularly reflecting on your choices, you become more mindful and intentional in your actions. Another important aspect of ethical living is forgiveness, both for yourself and others. When we make mistakes, it's easy to fall into a cycle of guilt or blame, but holding on to those emotions only creates more suffering. Instead, acknowledge where you went wrong, make amends if necessary, and commit to doing better next time. Similarly, when others hurt you, practicing forgiveness allows you to release resentment and maintain your inner peace. And remember, ethical living isn't a destination, it's a journey. Each day offers new opportunities to choose integrity, compassion, and kindness. And as you make those choices, you'll notice a profound shift in your life. You'll feel more grounded, more at peace, and more connected to the world around you. Your actions will inspire others, creating ripples of positivity that extend far beyond what you can see. Living ethically is not just about staying unaffected by life's chaos. It's about thriving in it and helping others do the same. As the Buddha teaches, what you think, you become. Choose thoughts and actions that reflect the person you want to be, and watch as they ripple outward to shape a better world. When faced with a difficult choice, ask yourself, does this align with my values? Acting with integrity builds trust, strengthens your character, and brings peace of mind. Ethical living isn't about perfection. It's about striving to do good and creating harmony in the world. Gratitude is one of the simplest yet most transformative practices you can adopt. It's like a lens that shifts your focus from scarcity to abundance, from what's wrong in life to what's right. Think about how often we dwell on what we don't have, the things that went wrong or the opportunities that slipped away. Now imagine flipping that script and taking even a few moments every day to reflect on what you do have. Gratitude has the power to transform your entire outlook on life, making challenges feel smaller and joys feel bigger. Start small. At the end of each day, take a few minutes to list 3 things you're grateful for. These don't have to be grand or life-changing. In fact, it's often the little things that make the biggest difference. Maybe it's the way the sun felt on your face during your morning walk, the kind words from a stranger, or the simple joy of having a warm meal. Over time, this daily practice trains your mind to seek out the positives, even in difficult situations. Gratitude isn't just about noticing what's good, it's about deeply appreciating it. For instance, instead of just being thankful for your morning coffee, pause to think about the journey it took to get to your cup, the farmers who grew the beans, the workers who transported them, and the hands that prepared it. This awareness expands your appreciation and connects you to the bigger picture. When you cultivate gratitude, you also become more resilient. Life's challenges feel less overwhelming when you can see the good that exists alongside them. Gratitude doesn't erase difficulties, but it softens their impact by reminding you of your strength and blessings. It's not about ignoring what's hard, but about balancing it with what's beautiful. Another powerful way to practice gratitude is by expressing it to others. Think about someone who has positively impacted your life. When was the last time you told them how much you appreciate them? A heartfelt thank you not only strengthens your connection, but also spreads positivity. Gratitude is contagious. When you share it, you inspire others to do the same. The Buddha said, "Let us rise up and be thankful, for if we didn't learn a lot today, we learned a little. If we didn't learn a little, at least we didn't get sick. And if we got sick, at least we didn't die. So let us all be thankful." This profound teaching reminds us that there's always something to be grateful for, no matter how small. When you start focusing on your blessings, you'll notice they multiply. Gratitude isn't just an emotion, it's a mindset, a way of living that unlocks deeper joy, peace, and connection. Life can often feel like a tug of war with the universe. We pull and pull, trying to control every detail, every outcome, and every twist and turn. But the harder we pull, the more resistance we feel. It's exhausting, isn't it? Now imagine letting go of the rope. Trusting the process doesn't mean giving up. It means stepping back, surrendering the illusion of control, and allowing life to unfold naturally. The Buddha taught that attachment is the root of suffering. When we cling tightly to specific outcomes, whether it's a job, a relationship, or even an ideal version of ourselves, we set ourselves up for disappointment and frustration. Life is inherently unpredictable, and trying to force it into a rigid plan only creates more stress. Letting go isn't about apathy, it's about freedom. It's about focusing on what you can control, your actions, your mindset, your effort, and releasing the rest. Think about a river flowing to the sea. It doesn't resist the bends, rocks, or obstacles in its path. It flows around them, adapting as it moves forward. This is the essence of trusting the process. Life will have its twists and turns, but when you learn to move with them instead of against them, you find a sense of ease and resilience. One way to practice this principle is to focus on the present moment. When you catch yourself worrying about the future or obsessing over a specific outcome, pause. Take a deep breath and bring your attention back to the here and now. Ask yourself, what can I do right now to move forward? This simple shift in focus can help you release anxiety and channel your energy into meaningful action. Another key aspect of trusting the process is embracing uncertainty. It's natural to want to know what's ahead, but life's beauty often lies in its unpredictability. Some of the most wonderful opportunities come from unexpected changes. Trust that even when things don't go as planned, they can lead to growth, new possibilities, and deeper understanding. Letting go doesn't mean you stop caring or striving. It means you stop trying to control things that are beyond your reach. It means having faith in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. When you trust the process, you stop fighting against life and start flowing with it. In this flow, you'll find peace, clarity, and a renewed sense of purpose. As you move through life, remember this: the universe has its own rhythm, and when you learn to dance to it, you'll discover a sense of harmony and joy that no amount of control could ever bring. Trust the process, let go of the rope, and watch how life unfolds in ways you never imagined. The storms of life, insults, envy, challenges only disturb us if we let them. By applying these 10 Buddhist principles, you can build inner strength and resilience. Imagine a life where criticism doesn't shake you, comparison doesn't weigh you down, and you're fully present in the moment. Start with one step, one principle, and see how your perspective transforms. Life isn't about perfection, it's about progress. It's about finding peace in the small moments and strength in the challenges. These principles are your guide to a calmer, more fulfilling life, one rooted in understanding, compassion, and mindfulness. Thank you for being a part of Buddhist Journey. Your presence here means so much, and we're grateful to share this path with you. Before you go, take a moment to explore one of the suggested videos on your screen. Each one is filled with insights to help you continue your journey of self-discovery and peace. And remember, your journey doesn't end here. It's just beginning.